And saying goodbye to McDonald's. We're closing after 30 years. See right here. Closing June 23rd, 2024. Here at SHUTSDOWN after 30 years. Except they jacked up their rent. They said they're expecting to pay the same price, same as Trader Joe's or Target. And they said, you know, you're big McDonald's. No, we're not big McDonald's. McDonald's stores are owned by franchisees. The franchisee is just a regular store owner, small business owner. It's not like he owns like all 5 McDonald's or something, right? Or all of McDonald's. Now, individual owner, he can't afford the hourly wage increase and the rent increase. Goodbye.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about California once again because there's a mass exodus of people leaving the state, particularly from these liberal cities. But it's not just people, it's also businesses as well. Okay, they're either being shut down or they're just flat out moving. And we have to go out to the Bay Area today to talk about a couple of kind of iconic businesses that are shutting down in San Francisco and Oakland due to these progressive policies that make it almost impossible to operate in that state. Like, for example, when you talk about the $15 an hour minimum wage being increased to $20 an hour in California for fast food workers, yeah, that has caused a whole lot of businesses to shut down. Now, again, this is evidence and proof that the liberal economists were wrong when it comes to minimum wage increases and the fact that they do definitely lead to an increase in price and massive job losses. And you're continuing to see these job losses pile up and prices continue to rise even at places like McDonald's, okay? Because a lot of fast food chains have been raising prices in the face of Joe Biden's inflation, but also, again, because of the increased cost of labor when it comes to increasing minimum wage. And is at the point now where some McDonald's, like, for example, this McDonald's in San Francisco, they can't operate, okay? The owner said, you know what? We can't make money. It's too expensive to be in this area. Therefore, we have to close down. Again, remember, all of this was a Republican conspiracy, okay? This was voodoo economics, according to the woke revolutionaries. However, because we're seeing progressive economic policies play out in real life, nobody can deny the devastating consequences of far left progressive economic policy. So I want to talk about that. But before we get into it, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. Gold is on an unstoppable run. It has went up 81% over the past 5 years and almost 20% over the past 12 months. It is happening. Central banks are ditching the dollar and U.S. treasuries, and they are buying more gold. The good news is that it is predicted to go up even more. UBS predicted that gold could go up to $5,000, and at Noble Gold Investments, their phones are ringing off the hook. And that is because everybody wants to protect their retirement with gold, and you can do it as well. Noble Gold Investments can help you secure some gold to protect your future. From day one, you work with the same dedicated all-American expert. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced investor, Noble Gold Investments will help you get all the help that you need. And this month, Noble Gold Investments is offering a free 1/4 ounce gold standard coin when you open up a qualified account. Go to noblegoldinvestments.com. That is noblegoldinvestments.com. And don't forget, there's a risk with every investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind.
Okay, no more Big Macs or Quarter Pounders at the SHUTSDOWN Mall in San Francisco. After more than 30 years, the McDonald's has shut down. The owner says rising costs sparked his decision to close. Whatever the case here, people are caught off guard. Here's NBC's Sergio Quintana.
For regular customers at the McDonald's at SHUTSDOWN Mall, seeing the popular restaurant close today was the last thing they expected.
This is a spot that everybody goes to, everyone. Every time I come, it's always not just the kids, but everybody comes for the coffee just to sit down and talk.
It's sad to see it gone. You know, kids also enjoy fast food restaurant.
The Stonestown McDonald's closed yesterday, and today it's literally being taken apart. Instead of placing their orders for Big Macs, fries, or Chicken McNuggets, would-be customers watched as a crew with a crane took the McDonald's M off the wall, and restaurant equipment was walked out the door. In a statement posted on the door over the weekend, the franchise owner, Scott Roderick, wrote that employees of this restaurant were given the option to transfer to one of the other McDonald's he still operates. Roderick owns more than a dozen McDonald's across Northern California. We were not able to reach him today to talk about this closure, but he has been very vocal about the rising price of doing business in California. In an interview with CNBC last month, he described the challenges.
It's not just wage. We're talking about massive insurance costs that have gone up in the state of California, if you can get it. Government regulations that sometimes choke the lifeblood and oxygen on a small business entrepreneurship. Obviously, backdoor costs have skyrocketed. Milk, eggs, the cost of beef, chicken.
In published reports about this closure, Roderick has also said the leasing costs at Stonestown were also part of his decision to shut it down. A spokesperson at Stonestown was not available for an interview, but said in a statement, "We did try to negotiate with the tenant to the best of our abilities. We're looking forward to repurposing the space." The lease for the McDonald's expires at the end of this month. Customers we talked with said this was their go-to spot for a reliable and inexpensive meal or a coffee. Elisa Diaz told me she stops here about 3 times a week for a coffee after her workout. I asked where she's going to get coffee now.
¿Ahora dónde te vas a ir por café?
Pues no voy a tomar.
She says she's not going to drink coffee after the gym now because she's not going to pay the higher prices for Pete's or Starbucks. In San Francisco, Sergio Quintana, NBC, Bay Area News.
Yeah, so again, you seen that, you heard that. Now, this is typical story, right? Typical story. Minimum wage goes up. Okay, you have rents going up. You have the price of food going up. All of these things going up. Biden's inflation is strangling small businesses. These businesses are being pushed to the brink because of Biden's policies. Okay, that's what's happening. And then if you add in the progressive policies out in California, yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible to operate. Again, this is why you're saying chains like even McDonald's, hey, they're closing up some spots. Okay, we saw what happened to In-N-Out Burger. In-N-Out Burger in Oakland, which is the city we're going out to now, they closed, not due to the economic conditions, but actually due to crime, okay, which is the other component of this that the liberal media claims is a far-right conspiracy theory, right? That crime is up across these liberal cities. No, the mainstream liberal media says that is down, okay? And this is why you have, again, businesses like In-N-Out Burger leaving Oakland over crime, right? I mean, they were actually making money. They were one of the few fast food chains that was still making money, but crime was so out of control that they were like, yo, we can't safely operate. Like, we can't, like, ask our employees to come to work in good faith or ask people to come and eat at our establishment in good faith because of all the carjackings and crime that is happening as a result. Now, this particular area of Oakland, the airport, which, again, you would think, the people running that city would make the airport safe, considering how that's where visitors come in to visit the city. That's one of the more dangerous parts of Oakland. Again, it's so dangerous that even a business like the Hilton is shutting down near the airport because they can't operate due to crime. Now, that hotel has been there for, I think, 50 years and is now leaving, and crime is a part of the problem. Again, this is as the FBI is investigating Sheng Tao, the mayor of Oakland, and Sheng Tao was in hiding, and people are upset about the fact that she defunded the police, and she's running that city deeper into the ground than it was before she got into office. And this is just another consequence of progressive leadership.
Another big challenge for Oakland, businesses leaving the city. Today, the Hilton near the Oakland airport announced that it will be shutting down after more than 50 years in business. KTV's Betty Yu joins us now live. And Betty, this announcement follows the recent promise from city leaders to improve that crime-challenged area.
Heather, just 3 months ago, Mayor Sheng Tao said security had been ramped up in the area around the Oakland airport. Tonight, we learned the Hilton will shut its doors in August this year.
The Hilton didn't explain why it's permanently closing the Oakland airport location after more than 50 years in business. People traveling through the city, including San Diego resident Johari Jones, say they've noticed a change.
A lot of the businesses closing, just the atmosphere in general it's I hate to say it, but it's dirty. Crime is everywhere, but that's all you hear about is the crime in the area, so it deters a lot of people from coming out here.
Allison Wall travels from Reno to Oakland at least once a month.
It makes me sad. This is my go-to place to stay. It's very convenient. It's right across the street from the airport, but frankly, I'm not super surprised. I stopped gassing up my cars before I returned my rental cars in this area probably 2 years ago.
Wall said the front desk workers at the hotel advised her to gas up elsewhere. A spokesperson said in a statement to KTVU, in part, Hilton continues to welcome guests across the Bay Area where Hilton and our franchise partners operate nearly 50 hotels. We are working to support our dedicated team members with assistance exploring potential transfer opportunities.
I feel bad for Oakland. I mean, I know from my in-laws and older relatives that it used to be a great place.
Back in March, Mayor Sheng Tao acknowledged the troubled Hegenberger corridor, which has seen In-N-Out and Denny's leave this year due to high crime. She said the city was seeing promising results due to more law enforcement and community collaboration in the area.
We are seeing that crimes, whether it's burglaries, property crimes, homicides, all in this corridor, that they are trending down.
I feel like you should always be alert and aware of things that are happening around you, but I would say more so in Oakland.
You feel safer in San Diego, it sounds like.
Absolutely.
The Port of Oakland said it will now have to decide the best use of that property and work with the city to help employees affected by this closure. Heather?
Betty, the woman that you mentioned that stays there at the Hilton often, did she say where the next closest hotel for her would be?
Well, she said she is still loyal to the Hilton brand, so she'll likely stay at the Hilton in Hayward after it closes.
Okay,
Heather?
all right. Betty.
Wow. Imagine crime being so bad that hotels are closing. They're saying, no, we can't operate in this area. Okay, the airport is just too dangerous. Again, this is the place where people come in and out of the city. If you can't protect this part of the city, you can't protect any part of the city. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it all the way 100. If there's a part of the city that you probably should protect, it's probably the places where the most commerce takes place. Like, for example, the downtown area, uptown, whatever you want to call it, okay? Strip malls, places where there's a lot of business happening, okay? And also the place that a lot of people come into the city, right? If you have people that are coming to do business in Oakland, but yet it is not even safe to fly into the city, why the hell would you go? Okay, you're losing a ton of money when you have so much crime happening around the airport to the point where a hotel shut down, so people have less places to stay. Denny shut down, so people have less places to eat, and In-N-Out shut down. So again, less places to eat. And it's a snowball effect because, again, when you have less places to stay and less places to eat because of crime, then less people are going to visit, right? People are just going to be like, nah, I'm going to skip Oakland. In fact, there are a couple cities. There are a few cities in the United States that under no circumstances would I ever visit, right? As of right now, as of today, Memphis, Tennessee, in Oakland, right? And probably throw San Francisco up there as well, too, in Portland. I don't see any reasons why I would visit any of those cities, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. I just wouldn't do it. It's just one of those things like, nah, I'll just pass, okay? I'll do a virtual conference. I'll chime in on the phone. I'll do whatever not to go to certain cities in the United States that are run by liberals where you have all this crime out of control. You've had so many stories about people just getting off the plane in San Francisco or in Oakland and being robbed. Getting robbed. Get a rental car. You leave your stuff in the rental car. Boom. It's stolen. The hotel had to put signs out saying, hey, don't leave anything in the car. Don't leave nothing in the car. Okay? Because it will get broken into. That's how much crime it is. And it's because, again, they're soft on criminals. Police are playing catch and release. They're catching the criminals and then they release them. Criminals go and do the same thing over and over and over again. They don't face punishment. This is why it continues to happen. And until criminals actually face punishment, until they get tougher on crime, you're not going to see this change. But again, you got to vote out Democrats. You got to get rid of Sheng Tao. You got to get rid of Pamela Price. You got to get rid of all these lunatics that are running the city. Look at what's happening. And apparently Democrats think that Gavin Newsom will have a chance of replacing Joe Biden and beating Trump. Hell no. If Gavin Newsom got into the race, it's over, bruh. All you got to do is just point at stories like this. What's happening all across the state? There's too much dirt. Way too much dirt. No Democrat should be thinking about running at the national level, mainly President of the United States, considering the current state of California, right? It is an absolute shithole, right? So I don't see how in the world Gavin Newsom would be able to run as a Democrat candidate on what he's done to California. Not possible. So again, if Biden happens to have a Mitch McConnell moment at this debate and he needs to be replaced, I'm not sure if they got an answer, right? I'm not sure if Gavin Newsom can be the guy, considering how stories like this are happening on a daily basis and is directly linked back to progressive Democrat policies that this guy supports. And again, basically the whole Democrat Party supports, to be quite honest with you. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.